Welcome to Val's Sweet Kitchen. A Reese's Roulade, chocolate brownie swirled around peanut butter ice cream, topped with a chocolate glaze. How awesome's that? Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and let's go have some fun. Start by preparing your pan. It's just a regular old jelly roll pan, 12 by 8. Line it with parchment paper and spray the top and the bottom so it sticks to the pan. So start with 5.5 ounces of dark chocolate, or you can use semi-sweet, 3 tablespoons of water, and nuke that for 45 seconds. And give it a good stir and it'll melt right down into this wonderful chocolate. And then also to this, add a 1/4 cup of oil. That's going to add some moisture. And then in another bowl, take your flour, baking soda, and espresso powder and mix those together. And set this one aside too. And then in a stand mixer, you're going to take 5 egg whites and whisk those to stiff peaks. And I always separate my eggs outside of the bowl, so if a yolk's going to burst, it's going to burst in here and not in there. Take these and put them in a separate bowl because we're going to whisk the egg yolks now. It's all coming together. So take your 5 egg yolks and 3/4 cup of sugar and whisk those together for 3 minutes. You'll see it turns light yellow and it'll actually increase in volume. About halfway through, scrape down your bowl to make sure you're getting all your yolks and that goodness sugar fully incorporated. Now we're going to fold everything into it. And you can see it's in a 3-second ribbon stage. It's ready. So fold in your chocolate. You're folding it in because you want to keep the air in the egg yolks. You just beat in all that air. And then add in your dry ingredients. Begin to fold those in, and your batter's going to get very thick. So we're going to loosen it up with about 1/4 to 1/3 of the egg whites. And we're sacrificing this portion of egg whites. We're sacrificing them because their job is to just loosen up everything and keep it loose. And then you can fold in about another 1/3. And then when you have it folded in, pour it into your pan carefully. You want to keep all that air. The air in the cake part is going to help with the ice cream in the roulade. It's going to help keep the ice cream cold. And it almost acts like an insulation. Kind of interesting, huh? And gently spread it around into your corners and then bake for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Perfect. And then let it cool in the pan for a few minutes and loosen the edges. And before we flip it out of the pan, we're going to dust the top with some cocoa powder. This will help keep it from sticking to the parchment paper. Put that on top, and then with a tea towel, we're going to flip it over. And then gently pull it away. Oh, look at that beautiful steam. And we're going to dust this as well so it doesn't stick. I like to be generous with the cocoa powder. Never hurts. Now take another piece of parchment paper because we don't want it to stick to itself either. And we're going to roll it from the small end. I like to use the tea towel to help in the beginning. So just carefully and slowly roll it and then let it cool on a wire rack. This could take an hour. If you cheat and put it in the refrigerator, make sure you take it out in time to let it come to room temperature, because we don't want to let it crack. But if it cracks, that's all right. I'm going to show you a fix. And while that's all cooling and chilling, we can get started on the chocolate glaze that goes over top. You just take 283 grams of chopped up chocolate, and then add to this your sugar and water that's been melted and heated up. And then 1/3 of a cup of sweetened condensed milk, or 130 grams. And to that, add 150 grams of corn syrup. I like to measure it out. And stir this all together and let it cool down. The cooler it is, the thicker it's going to be on top of your roulade. Okay, so now we're going to fill it with the ice cream. Carefully unroll it. It should be completely cool on the inside, or it's going to melt the ice cream. And it's okay if it cracks a little bit. Just take your ice cream and put it under in. If it's too soft, it's going to spill out and ooze out the sides. And we're going to just very carefully roll it up and gently mold it into a log. We did get a swirl. That's what you're trying to do. And put it in the freezer. Okay, so it's done chilling. It's firmed up. So let's cut off the ends and pour that chocolate on top. I like my chocolate thick. I like a thick coating, and this is 65 degrees. And then we're going to quickly put it back in the freezer to firm up. A Reese's peanut butter cup wrapped up and rolled up in an ice cream cake. Love the gooey brownie on the outside. I hope you had fun today. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. If you make this at home, please leave a comment down in the comment area. And remember, all my recipe is in the description.